If you hadn't checked out the previous video, make sure you go ahead and check that out. We was having a pretty big conversation about what the community mostly sees as the biggest issues with the game and how to improve upon those issues and actually make Storm Connections a better Storm game. Hashtag fix Storm Connections. And if you have more to add to that conversation, you want to be a part of that, make sure you go to the previous video and let me know in the comments, or let me know in the comments of this video if you have already seen the previous video. Make sure you go ahead and click off this video and watch that, and then come back and watch this one. Alright, I just really want to talk about what's coming next for Naruto Storm. We have so many things that they're saying they're going to be adding into the game, but we haven't heard any word at all. Obviously, when you have a game that comes out and it's in sort of a broken state, you want to hear something back from the devs, from the publishers. You want to hear something back to confirm, hey, we're getting balance updates, we're going to get patch updates soon, this character is being worked on right now. Give us trailers, something, right? I get it, the game kind of just came out, they're not going to show us character trailers and stuff like that, and they've sort of given us a roadmap. Not really, they just said this is a season pass. We don't know if there's going to be a season 2 or 3. We don't know how long they're going to be supporting this game. All I know that they've confirmed is that they're going to be supporting the game for a while. I don't know if that's years, months. A while is a term that is completely relative. And then we have the question, do we really want them to be focused on this game for the next coming years, or should they have most of their teams focused on the next Storm game that's going to come? And even if we are getting a next Storm game, what do we want to see from the next Storm game? Do we really want a Storm 5? Because if we have a Storm 5, if we really look back, a lot of people were saying, oh, they want Storm 5 to have all of the story from the previous games and then carry over into Boruto where they're at currently, or even go further beyond where they're at in Boruto. Why would they do that? They couldn't even get that correct in Storm Connections. And in the previous Storm titles, they have never started the game off having the previous story inserted into the game. It's always been a continuation. They've always left off on somewhere and then they picked up Storm 2 into Storm 3. Storm 3 picked up where Sage arc and then the Pain arc completely left off, right? And then you get into the War arc, and then Storm 4 picks up after that. So why would Storm 5 pick up all the way in the beginning of Naruto to get all the way into Boruto? In a reality that is like completely fictitious, that would be great, but I don't think that's going to come considering what they've done in the previous titles. So again, do we really want a Storm 5? I mean, I kind of want a Storm 5 because I'm a massive fan of this series and this franchise. But realistically looking at it, I don't think we really need a Storm 5, nor do I think we truly deserve a Storm 5. I mean, they've given us plenty of content and they've done their due diligence over the course of many, many years. It's almost been like 8 to 9 years or so that we've had this Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm franchise as a whole. So I don't really know if we should get a Storm 5. You let me know what you think about it down below. And I want to have another conversation inside of the comments that I can probably talk about in my next video. Let me know if you could add in any feature in a future update or in a new game entirely. What would it be? And is it a feature that it was previously taken away? Was it a feature that was promised but never got into the game? Is it just going to be balance updates? Like, what are you trying to add into the game of Storm that you think would make a great addition? I'll go first. I think we should have wall combat back. I think that was a great thing to have in Storm 1, and I don't know exactly why they took it out of all of the newer titles, because it used to be in a lot of the older games, and I know the first Storm game was kind of coming off of that high of all the other older games, but I feel like it would be a cool thing. I'm not a really big believer in taking away features inside of newer titles. I'm a big believer of adding onto it, you know? We have such a big quality. Why do we take it away just to compromise and make something else? Why can't we just be better developers and just create something more? That's my thought process of if I was a game developer and just finding a way to make it work. People always say, you don't know how game development works. You know how... It doesn't matter if I don't understand how that works. It is a way to make it work. There is a possibility in a world to make a game that has previous features that was inside of a different game and make it work for your newer title. I just don't understand the concept of taking stuff away. Now, I spent too much time on that. Another feature I think would be great is adding in the additional combos for the left and right things, and also making it different per direction. See, now that's an update that I'm adding in there, because previously it was a left and right combo that was actually linked. They were the same combo, it's just you have to tilt your stick, your left stick, either left or right, and you did another variation of your combo instead of just pressing circle. Of course, you just keep pressing circle. That's your base neutral combo. Up is your air combo or your launching combo. Down is, of course, your down hitting combo, and sometimes they bounce up and you can combo off of that. And then the side ones was kind of another variation of a neutral combo. I feel like having in 2 more additional combos would be exceptional, and it would kind of add into the flavor of you can do a lot more inside of these video games. That's what we really want, right? As Naruto fans, we want more of what we see inside of the show and make it flashy. And of course, there's a community that wants just the game polished enough for it to be competitive. But ultimately, this is like a party game that you can play with other anime and Naruto fans that have a natural love for this type of combat 3D arena fighter, right? Another feature I would like to see re-added into the games is the tilting awakenings, where some characters in Storm 3 was able to actually just immediately go into their ultimates, like Rock Lee, Guy Sensei, the Kurama State freaking Naruto, like that one, that was like pretty cool. You know, you can just go right into Kurama Link mode. I feel like that should be something that Hokage Naruto should have, or something, or anything else. Like, you know, you can apply that to any other character. It doesn't have to be on every single character, and I feel like there's balancing things you can do to make it work. But I feel like that's a feature that was really, really great and really well received, and then they just took it out. And it was inside of a mainline game. It wasn't something that was in Generations or in Revolutions. It was something that was in a mainline game, and they just took the feature out without any real reason and as to why. And another thing I would like to see is them take away the substitution bar and please add in the substitution way that we had it in Storm 2, just going off of our chakra, especially if you're giving us these added rate of how much our chakra recharges. I feel like having in the additional way of substituting with just your chakra would be great, or maybe just keeping the substitution bar that's a free 4 chakra things before it starts, free substitutions before it starts taking your chakra away. Either or, add in taking subs away with chakra. That works really well, and it fits into the mythos of the actual lore of the game. Since clarity, the game wants to keep on adding in these things such as unblockable jutsus like the Kamui, where you can't block it because in the actual show, how the hell do you block another dimensional attack? You can't. You just have to dodge it, right? So if they're gonna add in features like that, then make it actually canonical and make it that when you sub, your chakra gets taken out. I don't know. Anyways, you let me know some more stuff down below, what you would add into the game, the franchise, in another game, what you would like to see in another game. Oh, one more thing before I go and let you guys go is I would love if they somehow made the Shinobi Strikers aesthetic of creating your own character work for a Storm game. I've always said that because it's been inside of games like Soul Calibur for a long time, and there's definitely a way to make it work. Have our ninja that we create and have an entirely newly made Naruto story that is based around our created character, but it plays like Storm, so we can still go in and go through and have the Storm experience that we've already had. But for the main story, we're playing through with our main characters that we've created, and we've mixed and matched different jutsus, put different abilities, all these different things. I just feel like there's a way to make it work. Have basic combos, whatever, I don't care. Just make something work for a male and female version, depending on what clan you're from. So that way you have the variety of what combos are into the game. To say it more simply, instead of just having something like a feature where if you create a character, every created character has the same combos like in Xenoverse and stuff, have it more geared towards how Xenoverse has different characters depending on the race you are, having different combos and the way that those work. So you can have the same thing work for Naruto depending on your clan, your Kekkei Genkais, your special abilities, and all of the everything, all of the above, everything that's Naruto. I feel like there's a good way to make that work. Somebody make it work. Somebody suggest it to Bandai, CC2, whatever. I don't know. I just feel like all of these things can come into the game and make it such a more, like, a richer game. Because the Storm franchise is kind of dulling out. Connections made it feel really fresh and brought so much more energy into the whole franchise, and it revived an entire community. So I don't know, if you're asking me, there's definitely a way to make these things work. I'm loving the entire series. I'm loving the game. And I do want to see more from the franchise. Of course, I'm really just looking forward to the updates. But yeah, you guys let me know what you would add into the game, and or if you want to see another game in the franchise. Stay safe out there. Peace.
Feeling like I'm so